Hi there, my name is Sam, or Miss Poor, and today I'm going to be doing a flipped classroom lesson on how to find area and perimeter of a rectangle. So first we're going to start with the perimeter. So I'm going to draw a rectangle up here on the board. And we're going to give it some lengths, or some dimensions for its length, which the length would be this, and the width is this right here. So our length is going to be 6 feet, and our width will be 4 feet. And whatever line is perpendicular to where we're writing is going to be the same. So up here, this is, or I'm sorry, parallel. It's parallel, so it's also going to be 6 feet. So that means the width over here is also 4 feet. So to find the perimeter, we are going to use an equation. That equation is P equals length plus width plus length plus width. So if we plug these numbers into the equation, we have P equals 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. And then we add these together. So P equals 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So our perimeter is going to be 20 feet around this rectangle. I will give you another example for how to find perimeter. Let's do it again. So this time, our length is going to be 10 inches, and our width is going to be 2 inches. And we're going to fill that in for what's parallel to it. So 2 inches for the width and 10 inches for the length. And we're going to plug it in our equation, which is P equals length plus width plus length plus width. So P equals 10 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2. And adding all of that together, we have 10 plus 10, which is 20. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we have 24 inches as our perimeter. Now another way to find perimeter is to condense this equation and use a different one using multiplication, which would be P equals 2 length plus 2 width. So if we plug this in for this example, we have P equals 2 times the length, which is 10, plus 2 times the width, which is also 2. So let's multiply this. So 10 times 2 is 20, plus 2 times 2 is 4, and then we add these together at the end and get 24 inches, which is the same as what we got using the addition equation. So there's just two ways to do perimeter. Feel free to ask me questions in class. We'll be doing an activity finding perimeter of dimensions I give you. And now we are going to move on to finding the area of a rectangle. Area is the space inside of a 2D shape. So it's the area, or what is inside of this rectangle. Perimeter, we found the outside of the rectangle. So for the area, we have an equation we use also, and that equation is, ooh, that marker's getting a little dead, is area equals length times width. So let's use the numbers from that first example. So we have 6 feet times 4 feet as our width. And we'll just fill these in. Even though we don't really need to use every side, we just need one length and one width because we're just multiplying one of them. So to to move on, let's plug these in. And our length is 6, so we'll plug that into L, and our width is 4, so we'll plug that into W. And then 6 times 4 has our area being 24. And then we have to add a unit, so that unit will be feet. And we have to make sure we square it because the area is squared. So we square it, and our answer is 24 feet squared for the area of this rectangle. So I'll do one more example with you. And keep that equation, and we'll change our numbers. So we're actually going to change our unit too. So let's do our length as 12 times 4. Let's do inches. So let's plug these in. Area equals length, which is 12, times 4, which is our width. So our area is going to be 48 inches squared because we multiplied those together. So we have our area right there. Now, another way to double check our area to make sure our math is correct, I'll be giving you graphing paper during class to check your work. So I'm going to show you an example of how I did it on graphing paper also. So with our first example, we used the dimensions of 6 times 4. So when I drew it on the graph paper, I used 6 squares right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I know 6 is the length, and I did the same thing with 4, because 4 is my width. So when we did it on the board, we multiplied 6 times 4 and got 24. And that's awesome, but to double check, we can count all of the squares inside of the rectangle and we use graph paper, which also is 24. So that's just another way to double check. If you have any questions, we can talk about it in class. We'll do a little review before we get started. But other than that, I can't wait to see you, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!